Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping.
10 foods that you are not allowed to eat in the USA. America is believed to be the land of the free. The third most populous country in the world is also a dream destination for millions who want to tour the country. It's normal for you to assume that America serves all the cuisines in the world in its restaurants, but that's not the case. In our countdown today, we enlighten you on 10 foods that you are not allowed to eat in the US. Some of these foods may kill you with just one bite. Stay tuned to find what I'm talking about. Number 10. Japanese puffer fish. Would you eat something delicious knowing that you could die as a result? Some of you may disagree, but for others, the Japanese pufferfish or the fugu is a delicacy. The fugu contains a poison called tetrodotoxin that is lethal and could kill you. Restaurants in Japan serving this fish are strictly regulated by the law. Not any chef can prepare this complicated dish that requires intensive training in order to be aware of the poisonous parts of the fish and avoid serving them. The poison is found in the inner organs of the fish, such as the liver, eyes, skin, and the ovaries. The poison, when eaten, paralyzes muscles. The culprit loses his breath before succumbing. What scares people the most is that there's no antidote for the poison. The treatment offered is just to stabilize the respiratory and circulatory system until the poison is excreted from the victim's body. In the USA, you are banned from catching, harvesting, serving, or eating this fish. And the reasons are valid in my view. So why has this lethal fish been consumed for hundreds of years? According to those who love it, it is said to be super delicious. It is also not cheap though. You die on an empty wallet. Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and you will get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it, it really works. Number 9. Queen Conch. This is for all you snail lovers. The queen conch, which is a large marine snail, is found in the Caribbean Sea. It's related to the squids, oysters, and the octopus. This snail is flexible in its cooking procedure. You can deep fry it, steam it, or if you like it, eat it raw with your favorite vegetables. The meat is firm and very chewable to those who have tasted it. It's important to note that the queen conch has a long lifespan and you could find a 40-year queen conch on your plate. They are highly sought after for their meat and are said to be the most valuable species in the Caribbean since ancient times. Due to the decrease in supply of the snail, it's now illegal to harvest the conch in the USA. This is ironic considering that 80% of the world's internationally traded conch is eaten by the USA. Maybe this goes to show us just how much the forbidden fruit tastes the sweetest, but maybe not this next fruit in our countdown. Number 8. ACKEE fruit. If you are planning a visit to Jamaica, maybe you should try the ACKEE fruit, which is the national fruit and a staple food in many of Jamaicans' diets. This illegal fruit in the United States is said to be rich in essential fatty acids, vitamin A, zinc, and protein. In structure, the fruit looks like a pear. It has 3 lobes, or 2 to 4 in most cases. When it ripens, it turns to a yellow-orange from green. It also splits open to reveal 3 large, shiny seeds that are black in color. The areole has a nut-like flavor and texture like of scrambled eggs. According to those who have indulged in it, it has a unique taste that is buttery, creamy in texture, and mild. It reminds many of the hearts of palm. Maybe this fruit can be used as a spread in our breads like margarine, don't you agree? So why does a fruit that looks so nutritious and delicious end up being poisonous? Consumption of this unripe food could lead to Jamaican vomiting sickness or a state of fatal toxicity. As a result, one may experience coma, seizure, or death in the worst case scenario. The poison in the fruit, known as hypoglycin, is the root of all evil. Those planning to indulge in the fruit must wait until the fruit's protective pods turn red and open naturally. However, not everything in this fruit is edible once it ripens. You are only safe to eat the yellow Ariel. Keep away from the toxic black seeds that may appear tempting to your eyes and tongue. This mixed blessing fruit originated from West Africa where it was not consumed. It migrated to Jamaica in 1778, and it's now the country's national fruit. Could this be the forbidden fruit that Eve gave Adam? Number 7. Foie gras. The foie gras cuisine can be translated to mean fat liver. It's made from the liver of a duck or goose. In flavor, it's buttery, rich, and delicate. It can be enjoyed in many forms. You can have it as an accompaniment to your steak or buy it whole and cook it to your preference. However, the dish is controversial because it uses the forced feeding technology to increase the weight of the birds. The target is also to get the liver to about 10 times its normal size in the process. Many countries around the world don't agree with forced feeding and it's illegal to stock this food, while in other countries, despite it being legal, some retailers won't stock it anyway. In the US, New York is the first state that wants to eliminate the dish from its menus. When it finalizes with the ban, it will join places such as California and India that prohibit the dish. The foie gras is an ancient dish that dates back from 2500 BC, when ancient Egyptians began forcing birds to gain weight by force feeding them. France adores this dish and is the largest consumer and producer of the dish. Would you indulge on this dish? Share with us in the comments down below. Number 6. Shark fins. I know some of you don't consider fins a part of a meal when indulging in a fish dish. However, shark fins are on high demand, especially in China, where the shark fins are the most profitable parts of the shark. Shark fins are also easy to transport as they are not bulky compared to an entire shark. However, things are not the same in the States. How the sharks are hunted is torture for them. Shark finning entails removing the fins from the sharks before discarding the rest of the shark back to the ocean when it's still alive. Without their fins, the sharks are unable to swim and eventually just die. So why are the fins in huge demand in China? The fins are used to make soup and other traditional ailments. Despite the fins being amongst the most expensive seafoods, some who have tasted them say that the taste isn't worth it. In most cases, spices are added to bring out that extra flavor. However, the US doesn't agree in killing the sharks just for the fins. Each year, approximately 73 to 100 million sharks are killed as a result of finning. This practice has led to an endangerment of some species of sharks, such as the scalloped hammered shark. Despite this soup being illegal in the US, some restaurants serve it secretly to customers who ask for it. Number 5. Horse meat. Horse meat is popular in many continents like Europe, South America, and Asia, where it forms most of the meat served on their tables. In these countries, wild horses are also not spared from the meat. There is nowhere where it is written that horse meat can kill you if you consume it. In fact, according to its lovers, horse meat is rich in protein, iron, and low in fat for your waistline. Doesn't that sound like the perfect meat for your next barbecue? So why isn't this meat legal in the US? Since ancient times, horses are known for racing, while others simply love horses as pets. However, some countries don't agree and indulge in this meat. Horses are also heavily induced in medication, and it wouldn't be wise to indulge in its meat. In the 1970s, the horse meat was outlawed for use in pet food. In the US, don't dare kill a horse for food. You will be charged and could end up in prison. Keep off from horse meat in the US, folks. Number 4. Kinder Joy. This is probably the most controversial one from our list. The Kinder Joy is a sweet that is loved by many kids all over the world. It is originally from Italy by the Ferrero Company. It was launched in 2001, and by 2014, it is sold in more than 100 countries. So why is this little treasure illegal in the United States? In 2018, US federal law banned the candy simply because the federal law, Federal Food, Drug and Cosmetic Act, bans all food products that contain non-nutritive objects embedded within them. So, if you want your kids to enjoy the treasure, they can do it anywhere else, but not in the USA. Sorry, kids. Number 3. Beluga caviar. Beluga caviar is made of the roe of eggs from the fish known as beluga sturgeon. The beluga sturgeon is found in the Caspian Sea, which is the world's largest saltwater lake, bordered by Azerbaijan, Russia, Iran, and Turkmenistan and Kazakhstan. This caviar is like no other, and it doesn't come cheap. Its prices can go up to $10,000 per kilogram. This must be the most expensive food in the world that has come with its share of controversy. According to experts, the beluga sturgeon is the most endangered species in the world. That's why the ban was introduced in the USA in 2005. In 2006, the practice was also suspended in all traditional caviar-producing regions of the Caspian and Black Seas, as the countries failed to comply with the international regulations and recommendations. Countries that were affected include China, Romania, Russia, Serbia, Ukraine, among others. However, Iran is safe from the ban as it's considered to practice effective conservation and policing of its fisheries. In 2000, the ban was partly lifted, allowing the sale of 96 tons of caviar. Although the caviar has made its comeback in the last few years, its prices are still on the rise. Many people can't afford it, especially not in this economy. And with that, it's now time for today's best pick. Today's photo was sent to us by a subscriber. So if you come across the photo online and want to know more details about it, just send it over to us. We might even feature it in our future video. Number 2. Haggis. The picture is from the national dish of Scotland called haggis. Haggis is some sort of a balanced diet like no other. It's composed of liver, heart, and lungs of a sheep or any other animal. The meat is minced and mixed with beef, mutton, or some oatmeal. After mincing, it's seasoned with onions, cayenne pepper, and any other spices before being packed into the sheep's stomach for boiling. Scotland has been enjoying this meal that is highly cherished since the mid-18th century. It's also inexpensive and very filling. I can imagine from all the ingredients stuffed in the sheep's stomach. You can't have this food anymore in the USA because in 1971, the USA made a ban on importation of food containing sheep lung. As you now know, sheep lung constitutes a majority of the recipe in this dish. If you want to indulge in it, then Scotland should be your next touring destination. Number 1. Sea turtles. One man's meat may be another man's poison. The lists of food that are edible on this planet never cease to amaze me. And when consuming a turtle is mentioned, I don't want to say what comes to my mind, but the word delicious isn't on my list. To those who have had a taste of the sea turtle meat, it's said to have tasted like beef or fish depending on how you cook it. However, this may explain why this meat that is also said to taste like veal in both texture and flavor with some savory fat was a favorite to many restaurants in America over the years in the past. So why can't we have more of this meat than in America? The answer is simple. The sea turtle is an endangered species. The green sea turtle is even more endangered and highly protected, and no one wants an extinction of this animal. Until then, we will keep off this meat unless, of course, you want to end up in jail. And there you have it, folks, a complete list of 10 things you are not allowed to eat in the USA. If you are craving something from this list, perhaps you should travel overseas to have a taste, lest you end up in the hospital, jail, or worst case scenario, in your grave. Thanks for watching, stay safe.